Claude, how you doing?
What's good, Jake?
Oh, this is great. Really happy to have you on. I'm honored to meet you. I actually
Yeah.
I think I've had two of your former teammates before. I think you were with them in Carolina for a minute. Xavier Woods and Jadeveon Clowney.
Yeah. Most definitely. Yeah, I was with them last year actually.
Great
Yeah,
guys.
those
Both of them
some
great
good
guys.
dudes, yeah.
Yeah, they jumped on with me. It was good. It was good stuff.
hmm
Where are you at today? Where are you joining me from?
I'm home, man. I just got back. I was in Tampa yesterday. Well, I got back this morning actually. I was in Tampa, met with my advisor and switched back. So I'm chilling. I just got done working out actually.
I love that. Florida. I love
Yeah.
Florida. Weather
Yeah,
there, so nice. It's sick.
it's a little cold out there. We got a cold front on this side. It was probably like it might have been 45 when I left this morning.
That is cold.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, but
I
it's
mean,
cold. It's probably like,
it's nothing like what it means cold to me. I'm from Toronto, so like
oh yeah, yeah, used to it. It's about 20. It's about like 25 in Charlotte right now, though.
that's pretty cold.
Yeah,
That's I can't take the cold. How about them
man,
Hornets? How about them Hornets?
yeah, they hooping, man. They
Er,
they uh they doing good offensively. They got it figured out defensively. They on the way.
Yeah,
But yeah, I've
exactly.
been to a couple games this year though.
Oh yeah,
hmm
that's sick. You watched the Super Bowl, of course, yeah. How was it?
yeah, I watched this month. It was my birthday was the next day.
Oh wow.
So
Happy late
yes,
birthday.
appreciate it, man. Yeah, I mean it was. I watched it. It was cool. I mean, I kind of had a feeling Seahawks was going to get the edge. It was a good defensive game though.
Yeah, did you like it as a defensive player, being able to watch it and like appreciate those type of stuff?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's both sides because it's like I'm talking out of both sides of my mouth because it's like as a defensive player, like you like to see a good defensive performance, but like if I'm watching it as a fan, like everyone love to see
Exactly.
touchdowns and big plays. So
I agree with
yeah.
that. I agree with
hmm
that. It's like a little bit of both. Okay,
Yeah,
let's dive right into talking
let's
about
do
you
it.
because you got a really big chance to shine this year, and you grabbed that, took advantage of it to the most. Took over for injured Trevin Wallace, and then you went on and you had a career high 32 tackles, and in general, just that Panthers defense was incredible. 10th in turnovers, allowed six fewest explosive plays. Just to you, like what did this season mean to you, like personally, your career, and just getting the chance to prove that you could play every day?
Um, it's crazy. I was talking and I was like, I reflected back on the year, like, but it's kind of like similar to last year. For me, it was just a bunch of highs and lows. I did some good stuff. I did some stuff that, I wish I could have back. Some plays that I wish I could have back, like always. That's everyone, but um, just getting that playoff berth in Carolina. That was the biggest thing for me because I was here in 23 that it was a 2-win season. That was tough. And just the turnaround from that, like it felt different. Like we didn't go out there and clinch the division like we wanted, like how everyone, traditional like t-shirts and hats after the game. But at the end of the day,
You got it.
we won that division, and then that playoff game, it was just, the atmosphere in Carolina was something like I haven't experienced. And, it was stuff that people only told me about in 2015, maybe. That was the last time, but it was just crazy. So it meant a lot just really for the future and what's coming. Because obviously we didn't get the job done, but yeah, it was that was the biggest thing for me, just as a team, individually, like I kind of looked at it the same for me. Um, like I said, there's stuff that I did well, stuff that I didn't do so well, and this is the time I'm taking to, reevaluate myself and then go work on some stuff.
I love that. I love that. I was actually going to ask you about that, the turnaround season, how incredible it was to be able to
Yeah,
host that playoff game. The actual game itself, what was the atmosphere like as a player, being able to look around
uh,
and see the fans going that crazy?
it was crazy. And I tell everyone like, before the game, I was actually getting taped. I was getting my wrist taped when they were introducing Cam Newton. So they were introducing him, and the trainer was asking me like, how do I want to take? And she's standing right in front of me because she's holding on my wrist, and I couldn't hear her. Like it
That's
was crazy.
crazy.
So like she's standing right in front of me. I was yelling and she couldn't hear me. Um, then there was, there was a couple plays out there, going on defense. It got loud. The fans was great. It was a great atmosphere. So um, it's just something you kind of like dream about playing in. Like one of those, you watch those highlights of those big games on TV and you hear the crowd through the screen. It
You're
was
like,
kind of like
wow.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's that, by the way, what's that like as a linebacker and being like you're very big into like communicating with the defense and stuff.
yeah.
When it gets like really loud, does that make it much harder to communicate to everyone what's going on?
Um, we take pride on communication. So, one way or another, you got to get it communicated. Like you want to be on the same page. So if you go back and look, there's a couple plays. I'm giving calls to the defensive end and he can't hear me. Like I see him, he's not tapping off or he didn't turn and look. So I literally had to walk up and like tap him and yell, just like this what we doing, stuff like that. But besides that, no, it really doesn't affect it for us. Like I say, you just got to take pride in that communication, but it's a factor though, and you love it because it's like now the other team's struggling.
Yeah,
We're used to it. Okay, we're getting ready for this, but the other team, the offense is struggling to make their checks and everything.
exactly, exactly. I
Yeah,
like that the team takes pride in
yeah.
communication. Do you personally also take pride in communication, like being able to be a leader and tell people what's going on? Is that something that you take? And if not, like, is there another part of your game maybe that you feel is underrated or undervalued?
Nah, definitely. Like I said, if you, it's linebacker especially, I like to think of us as the quarterbacks of the defense. So it's like
Yeah,
you got to be able to get the front seven on the same page, but at the same time, you're working with the back end. Um, and on top of that, like me specifically, I'm like, I gotta get them cards out. Like I don't even play with a mouthpiece just so I can get it clear.
right.
Yeah, because I know sometimes you put a mouthpiece in, even the fitted ones, you might have a lisp or it's hard to talk. Like
Yep.
I just skip all that.
You just go without it.
Yeah,
You're talking about how linebackers are like the quarterback of a defense.
yeah.
Just from your perspective, like what would you say separates like a good linebacker from a great linebacker?
Consistency, and you see that like just being where you're supposed to be, and this goes for a lot of different positions, but at linebacker specifically, like just being where you're supposed to be. You know, every single play consistently, like this play, this play, this play. Like he's in this gap, he's in this gap, and just on top of that, what comes after is like just being able to read the offense really, like see what's going on, like diagnose a play fast. Because I go back and look at myself personally, like there's a couple plays like, okay, when I finally realized what was going on, I might have been like a half a second too late. Or like in the past game, like a ball might have went right over my finger. I might have like you know, touch the ball a little bit in his path. And it's like if I was that much faster seeing it, I would have made that play. So that's really what it comes down to.
Who do you see throughout the league that you feel like is the best at doing that as a linebacker, diagnosing a play and just figuring it out before it even starts?
Uh you got to go with Fred Warner, obviously.
Yeah.
In my opinion, he was playing at the top level before he got that injury. I'm biased. I came in, Shaq Thompson was my vet, and I learned so much from him. So,
Yep.
I'm definitely, just communicating with him throughout practice and then watching him on film with the Bills this year. He's seeing it, he's seeing so much ball. He's played at a high level. He's seeing it really just as soon as it happened, before it happens, really, diagnosing plays. Levante David, he's another one. Um, Guys like that. I came in, CJ Mosley, he was a
Yep.
dude that knew ball at a real high level. He was seeing a lot of stuff before it happened. So guys like that.
Yeah, all guys like that can be able to
Mm,
do that. I like
yeah,
that.
definitely.
What drew you to playing linebacker at first? Like, was that something that you always wanted to do, or was it something that came in later?
Dog, I ain't gonna lie, I didn't want to play linebacker ever. Like, I was a safety in high school, and I was just stuck on like I'm not playing anything but safety. Like they were telling me like I'll probably move to linebacker in college. I'm like I'm not moving to linebacker. So then they moved me to nickel,
Yeah.
like a Sam backer. But we use it similar in our defense in college, and then it was just trickling down. Eventually, you know
Was there a
I put
coach that
up.
pushed you?
Uh, it was kind of a back and forth, and I would say I struggled in college early on because I had no set position. I played safety, then I played Sam, I played true nickel, and then I played linebacker. So it was like
Yeah.
coaches were kind of trying to figure out where he's going to play and where he's going to excel at. And, I gained some weight. I got in the 220s, and it was like he get into linebacker weight. And I remember it was 2018 spring when my coach was like, you keep gaining weight, you're going to have to play linebacker. I went home. I promise you, I lost like 10, 12 pounds. And, the way it goes, they already have stuff, written and planned just based off personnel. So they ended up moving me to linebacker anyways.
Anyway.
And
So
I did everything I could not to
just a
play
big
linebacker.
diet for no reason.
Nah, I'm telling you. But I mean, it worked out. I love playing in the league. I love how, just what it forces you to do. Just command and learn. So yeah.
Is that all it is? Someone tell them they're gonna have to play linebacker and boom, they'll lose 10, 12 pounds. Okay. Pretty good dieting plan.
Hey, hey, I was trying to be in that secondary, man. You get to play free at safety,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah. In terms of leadership though, like on the field, like which teammate do you think stands out like as a vocal leader and takes charge and settles everyone down, locker room also?
I mean, the we had I was blessed to play with like such a good group this year. It was really no egos on our team, but pretty much it changes. In any given moment it could be somebody else. We had Derek Brown. He always speaks up. Ashawn Robinson, defensive line guys like that. But the linebacker room speaks up when we need to. The secondary speaks up. JC speaks up. Guys like that. There's obviously there's guys that don't speak much, like they're quiet, but like they're silent killers, like assassin. But in the moment when you have to, like when you go into war, somebody got to say something,
Yeah,
and we all listen. It's not really nothing, no nothing personal. We know what it is.
I love that. Talking is very important.
Yeah.
What about trash talking? Is there a good trash talker on the team? Someone that can
Uh, Tershawn Warren, Turk, he talk crazy. Ashawn talk crazy. JC talk crazy sometimes. Guys like that. I'm trying to think. Um,
low key that Puka JC matchup was probably going at it because I've heard Puka's a crazy trash talker.
yeah, I didn't really hear Puka that much that game. He had a good game, but I didn't hear him. Like it wasn't like, oh damn, he was talking crazy. Like it's been dudes. I'm like, bro, he talking crazy. Like you feel me?
Give me an example.
But
I need to hear an example from
yeah,
you guys.
I didn't really hear that from Puka. He was pretty cool. He was just getting hype, and that's respectable. You make a play or you do something good physical, there's just an energy burst.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Make a big play and then let him hear.
Yes, I mean I can respect that. If you make a play, you have every right to celebrate.
Yeah, yeah,
You
for
know,
sure. Can we talk about Bryce Young for a second? Because he's
let's
entering
do
he's entering his fourth year. I actually think it's like insane. It feels like he's still second year player in my mind, just because
it.
the years are flying by. But
Yeah.
he had a great season this year through 3,000 yards, 23 touchdowns, career highs. He had his ups, he had his downs, but his performance in that playoff game was pretty good. And
Mm.
I want to know what you think Bryce's ceiling is, like how you see him continuing to grow over the next couple of years.
Well, I don't put a ceiling on Bryce. There's stuff that he do and I see it. It's different from the outside world because I'm seeing it daily.
Right.
I'm seeing when he get to the building.
Right.
When he's leaving. The type of just work he's putting in, how he handles stuff. And then that's like off of the field. On the field, like in practice, like I've since the day I got here, I was like, yeah, Bryce can make all the throws. You can say what you want about him, he can make every single throw. And I try not to judge any position that's not mine, but like a quarterback specifically, it's so much factors. Like I'll never just try to coach a quarterback, but
Yeah.
I'm real proud of Bryce. I'm happy with, his performance this year. I've been a fan of him since before I got to Carolina, in college watching him in Bama because we came in I got to Carolina. It was my rookie and his rookie year, so I've been a fan of Bryce. Still am. He's my quarterback, and I'm a ride with him.
And you've been playing with him for a while, practice in real life, that's
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's my dog. I'm a ride with him.
that's a deep connection.
hmm
And just basic as a linebacker in general, like is there a quarterback that you feel somewhat similar to Bryce throughout the league, or is he one of one?
I think he's 1-on-1. I'm gonna be real. Like, just
Yeah.
he. I don't like to put. I also don't like to put guys in baskets together like in one category. But like Bryce is his own player, bro. Like he can make any throw. I say he can make the throws with the best of them, but like, his ability to move around in the pocket, just finesse. Like it's kind of like everyone always compares it to basketball. That's literally what it is when I'm watching him. Like when he gets on the move, it's like, he's a basketball player. Like he crossing over and stuff like that. He's making throws happen. And then I think an underrated part of his game is his like quickness. Like Bryce is real sudden. Like he got me a couple times in practice where he just stopped on the dime and it's like, damn, like it kind of freezes you.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like to put him in his own basket.
I would 100% agree with that.
Yeah,
Last question, Claude.
yes, sir.
There's one other thing about your offense this year that really impressed me a ton, and that was just the run game in general with
Yeah.
both Rico and Hubbard. And I want to just dial in on Rico for a second because I was
Mhm.
so impressed with him this season. He runs with so much like I can't even explain it. He's like a violent runner. He can find the spot. He's patient when he needs to be. How impressed were you with Rico this year? And do you love this? Like you gotta love this duo here.
Yeah, I mean, I was impressed, but I wasn't really surprised. We played Rico last year when he was in Dallas, and when we signed him the first time I met him, I was telling him I was like, yeah, you gave us some trouble last year. Like just going through practice, I knew what it is, seeing how he runs, how patient he was. And you don't always see that. Like some running backs just like to hit stuff downhill. And there's just like no vision. Rico can see, from A, B to C, he can hit any gap on any given run. So he's real patient. He understands it and he's explosive too. So I was just happy that he got the opportunity, and then we got a great running back room, like, led by the two-headed monsters because Chuba is Chuba. Y'all seen what he
Yeah,
could do. I think people forgot what Chuba can do when he had dealt with some injuries, but Chuba is, he's
yeah,
he's one of my favorite backs too. Just going against him, and me and Chuba been going at it 3 years. That's the guy I look for to talk to in practice. Like he motivates me.
yeah,
He's a good bat to go against. Just going against him daily, and he's a workhorse. Both of them are really. At any given moment, you come in the building, they're probably there. You
yeah.
leave in the building, they're still there.
So they're
So, yeah.
putting in that work, both of them.
Yeah, definitely. So, and, I was just, I was happy to see it. You got two guys like that, you got to feed them. And then, our O line is working, obviously. So you find a way to get everyone the ball.
Yeah, yeah. Claude, thank you so much for doing this, taking the time. I had so much fun. Did you have fun with me?
Appreciate you, dog, man. It was a cool little interview, man.
Thank you, man.